welcome. It is New Year's Eve today.
Yes, it is.
Huge holiday in Japan. My name's Sophia. I can be found as Ichigo Knitter on both Ravelry and Instagram. And you are?
I am Lisa. I am Sophia's mom. And I'm Saratoga Knitting on Ravelry and on Instagram. So come follow either one of us. We've been putting up lots of crazy pictures this week.
Oh, yeah. No denying they're crazy. Phone's going off. So, first off, I wanted to say hello and thank you to Melinda, the Yarnder woman, for mentioning us on her podcast. It was so exciting. I was squealing. I was like, that's what she's talking about. Hello. If you don't know Yarnder woman, she's glorious. She is a podcaster in Australia and she has some amazing brooches. So I would highly check out her podcast. She's glorious. She's awesome. Right. So I think we should just get right into the knitting, should we?
Sounds good.
All right. So I think today we're going to start off with some FOs because we've been doing a lot of knitting.
We have been doing a lot of knitting.
I don't know how we've just kind of, if we're not out somewhere, we're literally just sitting here knitting. Like
watching podcasts and knitting.
So many podcasts.
So many podcasts. Okay. So much knitting.
Take it away.
You want to start with finished objects?
Yes.
I didn't finish anything here.
Well, no,
yet, but I have some finished objects with me. You'll see these in the pictures, so I thought it'd kind of be cool to show some of them. This is my Zilver. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It's found on Ravelry. I don't remember who. We're very bad podcasters. I don't remember who the designer was. But this is really great. Right? It's on my project page. This is really, really great. And again, this is Oloops yarn, wonderful Oloops yarn. And this was one of my projects for the Harry Potter Knit Along last year, not this year. But I really, really love this, and I've been wearing it everywhere here because it's just a nice little throw to throw around my neck and keep warm. And then my second finished object, which again you'll also see this in quite a few of our photos.
It's like the only hat you brought.
It's the only hat I brought, but it's a really great hat. This is the sheep head hat by Kate Davies. Tracy, I had to show this just for you.
Yes, my Aunt Tracy and her, they both knit one of these.
We had a kind of a mini knit along on Instagram with this hat. We really, really both love her patterns, but it's just awesome. It's got all of the little sheepies and the turns into rams, and it's a wonderful, wonderful hat, knit out of Shetland wool. Just absolutely great. Tracy knitted a little bit of different colors than myself, or a few shades different, so it was really fun for both of us to do. And then we wore them to Rhinebeck together, so we walked around all day on Saturday at Rhinebeck with both of our hats on. And it was great because people came up to us and wanted to know if that was a sheep head hat or wanted to know what pattern it was. People wanted to take our picture with the hat, so it was a lot of fun. But this is a great, great hat. It's all obviously color work,
which I'm terrible at.
Which she hasn't really done yet. But so this is the inside of it. It really isn't hard to do. You're only using 2 colors at a time on it. And what's really, really nice about this is real Shetland wool. And which is great about this is, when you have the ends, you just kind of cut them. You don't really have to weave them in because it's just so grabby and cheapy and woolly that
grabby and cheapy and woolly.
If they well, the ends almost felt themselves, so you don't really have to weave them in at all. I mean, you can if you want to, but I didn't, and it's great. It's not gonna come apart at all. And it's just been a great hat, and I'm sure that I've had it on the entire time we've been here in Japan, and I'm sure all the Japanese people are like, that woman is wearing sheep on her head. Why is she doing that? But
it's what just a deer was thinking too.
It's a great hat. I love it.
I never realized that you actually just kind of left the ends there.
Yeah, just leave the ends hang because they kind of felt themselves. They're knotted. They're not knotted.
I was just gonna ask if they're knotted.
Just leave them there. And that's actually what Kate says to do in the pattern. You don't have to do anything. I actually would really love to do this pattern someday. It was quick. It was very quick. No, I know. But again, okay. Do it again.
Words.
It only took about a week. It really looks so complicated, and it's really not at all. But I would actually really love to do this pattern with some crazy colors, like make those sheep like neon green and pink and blue.
Philip Von Siebold has just taken a dive. talking that. No, come back to me.
Sorry, Nana.
And Pop. He's still breathing, though.
Still breathing.
Right, he takes a fall and he's still awake.
Still breathing. Kind of. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Well, you know, it's kind of in front of your face, so if you put it on the...
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's breathing, I promise.
The cat is still...
Even though I just dropped him. Poor little Philip on Seabold. He has a really hard time, but he's breathing. Back up here.
He is breathing.
He might fall again, but you know. He's a big boy. Okay. Finished objects for me. Technically not a finished object, but finished squares. Did I just say quares?
You did say quares.
New word! Squares.
I didn't raise her.
Yes, you did. Okay. I finished 2 squares. They're the ones with the thingy-mabobbers. What do you call these?
Stitch markers.
Stitch markers. I swear I'm in college. Yeah, so I finished 2. This was Scrappy Scraps from my mother, this one. But I ran out just at the end, so I threw on a little black.
Woo-hoo.
I think I have like
Puff Prefect.
tons of O-loops in here.
You do have a lot of
I have a lot of O-loops yarn that I have knit with in the past. But yeah, she grows. But that's really all I have for finished objects, because I've like started all the things instead of finished all the things, which I haven't finished. My gloves. Haven't touched them.
Did you bring back the stuff to...
Yes.
You did? You did?
Yes. Yes.
She forgot to mention that.
I brought the stuff to knit them.
You need to finish those.
But I haven't knit them.
Oh my god, I forgot all about them. That's so bad. So bad.
So I laughed maniacally.
And then we both... Moving on to...
Yes.
You're done with...
Moving on.
Moving on. Little Bobbin's Knits. Danny at Little Bobbin's Knits. Hi, Danny. Another wonderful little podcast to watch. She had a Christmas Eve sock cast on party. So people all over the world cast on a pair of socks on Christmas Eve, which was really, really a lot of fun. And Sophia and I, of course, had to join in and do that. And I think we had shown you the yarn before, but I actually finished one sock.
She's a ninja.
So one sock is complete. And this is the Raza sock pattern. So it's really just a rib pattern, but I think it's kind of a brioche rib here in the middle. It's really easy, and once you get it, it's super, super easy to memorize. And then I did the fish lips kiss heel, which is awesome. Again, no holes on the fish lips kiss heel. I love it, love it, love it. And then I finished off with just a regular cuff.
Oh, you should mention what somebody forgot.
Yes, I did forget. You know that I do have contrasting yarn.
She did raise
And I was so excited when I got to the heel to just get going on the heel. It's one of those things where you get to the heel and you just, you're 20 minutes, you're going to have the heel.
She's making excuses for the fact that she forgot.
I forgot to change the yarn, so it really should have contrasting toe and heel. It has contrasting toe and cuff instead. But it's a complete design element. I'm not saying anything. It's totally what I planned to do. So I finished one, and then I have the second sock. I try to cast them on right away so I don't have second sock syndrome. So I did. I cast on the second one, and I've got a couple more rows to do, and then I'll go to the heel. I'm just going to make it green again and do the same thing. I'm not going to add that other crazy color.
That'd be hilarious if you had one sock that was like heel color on the and you're just
no one would know. No one would know. It would be my shoe unless I wore clogs.
I would know.
You would know, but that's okay. And then the second thing that I did, Tanya Marie over at the Sampler Girl podcast. Again, a fabulous podcast, mostly audio, but sometimes she does some video and sometimes she does
She's
some
glorious.
mom as well. Hi, Lucy. She's actually going to be hosting a Downton Abbey knit along in January. Downton Abbey begins again on January 4th. I won't be home yet for it, but I'll be home that weekend. I think we can probably watch it that weekend. Even my husband loves Downton Abbey, so I'm really excited for it to come back.
You know, Dad's gonna be so embarrassed that you're like,
I know,
my husband loves Downton Abbey.
Well, but he does. Come on, he does. He loves it.
He also used to love Project Runway.
Just saying.
Just adding on the embarrassment. You're welcome.
The embarrassment. Anyway, so she's going to have a knit along for that. And really, it's anything you want to knit along. It's just it can be a pattern that reminds you of Downton Abbey. In my case, I'm going to actually do the Renfrew hat by Jane Richmond because it's it's really gorgeous. But I'm going to use the new skein yarn that Sophia got me for Christmas because of the glorious colors. And the colors in this totally would remind me of either, the wallpaper in Downton Abbey or the dresses in Downton Abbey. It's beautiful plums and pinks and deep, deep purples and reds. It's just gorgeous. And in fact, Tanya Marie, Beezy Mama, actually posted up some pictures on Instagram. Last night she went to an exhibit. It must be a traveling exhibit of Downton Abbey clothing, and it was close to her, and she went to see it, and the dresses are gorgeous. The pictures she put up were just fabulous.
I think I liked all of them consecutively, so she's just going to be spammed.
Spam liked. But one of the dresses is exactly this color. It's just gorgeous. So anyway, I already cast it on because I just wanted to while I was here. And now here's my other mom tip of the week, so to speak. This is a hat that's done, of course, in the round. What I usually like to do, because people are always, when you cast on in the round and it says to cast on and then join in the round and make sure you don't twist it. We've done that enough times to know that that's always a problem. It's always very, very fiddly, and you're just trying to, oh my gosh, is it twisted? Should I go ahead and join it? And I think I actually had read this somewhere once, and it was brilliant. And then I've mentioned it to a few other people, and they're like, oh, light goes off. Why wouldn't I do that at all? And basically what I do when I start something in the round like this, a hat or something, or ribbing on a sweater maybe, I will just knit 2 or 3 or 4 rows flat back and forth. So whatever it is, this is just a 1x1 rib. So I'm going to do the 1x1 rib, turn it around, and do it back again. And then just do that a couple of times, and then join it in the round, because then you have a couple of rows and you can clearly see whether or not you've twisted anything or not. And then all you have at the end when you finish it is you just have a couple of stitches. You need to just take a needle, and you're going to be taking care of that little end anyway, so you can use it to just tidy that right up, and no one will ever be the wiser. And it's really great. It just saves so much angst and worry, and it works great. It's just one of those little tips that, light bulb goes off, like, why didn't I think of that? And as I said, someone else had thought of it, but I thought I would pass it on because I really use it all the time, and it works great. It's really, really great. And that's all the things I've done right now.
Excellent.
And what about you?
Oh, me. That's the thing. Well, I cast on socks too, but I haven't worked on them much because I cast something else on after that, and of course I got obsessed with that. But I'll show you the socks. This is how far I am on sock number uno. It is the Elsa in Honor colorway from Mustache Yarn. Her stuff is awesome. This is on the sport weight, and I'm still doing it on whatever size needles. I don't really know. They're just hers. They're just the same needles I use for all my socks, so I kind of go with it. So it's a bit of a denser fabric, but that's good because I've mentioned before my feet are beasts. Whatever. But yeah, actually, the story behind this yarn, Mustache Yarn was doing an update. Before I came to Japan, I was spending a weekend hanging out at my grandparents' house, and she put up that she was putting up an update, and she had this Elsa in Honor yarn, and let me tell you, at the ripe age of 21, I am obsessed with Frozen. I'm shameless about that. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. And the update was during the time that my grandparents and I were eating dinner, so I looked at them and I was like, guys, this is gonna be weird, but in about 5 minutes, I need to go stock the computer. Is that cool with you guys? And they were like, okay, sure. Because they know I'm crazy about knitting. So I did. So, their kitchen is right next to their living room, and so while, midway through dinner, I was like, hold everything, and I ran over to the computer, and I was sitting on the couch, refreshing the page. I got it.
So is that Nana's house?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't remember this.
That's because you guys were away. That's why you don't remember it. I was at their house for the weekend.
Oh. So we were in
wherever.
Georgia, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They ditched me for a weekend, so I partied with my grandparents.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the story behind this yarn, is me being a weirdo during dinner with my grandparents, as you do. But, yeah, that's all I've got so far, which is fine. It'll probably turn into school knitting when school starts up again, because that's usually what my socks are, is kind of my happy place mid-lecture when I'm slowly dying.
What else?
Oh, the other thing, which is the thing that took up my time as I tried to stick these back. Okay. Haha! This is the thing I've been complaining to myself that I will knit this and have never knit it, and keep saying I'm going to knit it and keep getting yarn and be like, oh, I'm going to knit with this now. Finally cast on the French Can by Mademoiselle C on Ravelry. It's a paid for pattern, and I bought it a while ago with the intention of knitting it. Finally, alright, I cast this on the other day. I don't know what day, but I put it on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to see what length it's at because needles. But yes, it grows and it grows and it grows. It's glorious because it doesn't take, this part anyway doesn't take any thought because you're just, knitting.
And you said you were going to knit till the end of your first ball, basically. And
yeah, that's what you do because it's 50-50. So once this ball of yarn, which is almost done, it's actually this and this because it kind of split on me. So this together will make the first half, and then I'll start the bottom braid, which is totally gorgeous. And this is Mad Tosh on their DK weight in the worn denim colorway that I purchased for myself in the decision-making process of, oh, I finished my Philip von Siebold essay. I deserve yarn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good logic, right?
That's great. And she's keeping it in her sushi bag.
Sushi bag. Yeah, so I've been literally I've knit on this so much that my fingers start to kind of hurt because I'll get into a habit of pushing, as I'm pushing this stitches along, my finger will kind of push against it, and so they start to hurt a bit. But yeah, I've knit on this constantly. I look fabulous.
Fabulous.
Aren't you proud of me, Mommy?
I'm very proud of you.
Anyways, that's what I'm knitting on. Okay, what else are we going to talk about today? Check my notes. If my phone will turn on. Nope. Yes. Okay. Oh, acquisitions.
Oh, acquisitions.
Have
Yes.
you acquiesced anything to this that wasn't food?
That wasn't food, and then I can actually show.
Oh,
yeah. We got some really cute little things yesterday, but I can't show them because those are some little things for family members. One of our adventures this week was going to an ABC Craft store, which for us, we have at AC Moore. I know people have Michael's, but in Saratoga there's an AC Moore craft shop, so it has all kinds of crafty stuff in it. But it's as if AC Moore exploded. It's huge. It's huge, and there's just anything you'd ever want to.
If it's a craft,
leather
you can
craft, yeah, all that loom craft stuff. There's yarn. There's stuff for crochet. There's fabric. There's candle, all kinds of stuff. Crazy stuff. But the stores are huge, and the stuff is really it's really nicely priced. They did have, everybody says, oh, the Japanese knitting magazines, and they did. They had quite a few, and I keep looking at them. We've been twice, and I'm not really sure I'm going to get any. I think you really have to really love what it is, because each book has maybe 4 or 5 patterns in it. Some of the books I've seen have been half and half. They're half knitting, half crochet.
And they're not really magazines.
They're not really magazines. They're
books.
Books. They're more books, and they're kind of they're a little more expensive, a little heavier. So I'm not sure. I mean, maybe before the end of the time, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get one. But wait, I did purchase some really, really beautiful fabric. And these two fabrics, Sophia helped me pick the two that go together. There's this one, and it has some cute little owls on it, and this would be the accent that would go with it. And then I have another, which is really beautiful. It's got the koi fish. It's just seems like a really traditional type of Japanese print. And then this would be the coordinating piece to go with it. These are 2 different special people, and they would have no idea who they are. So we thought we could show them off. When you get them, those of you who these are for you. So you need to each make yourself a bag, a little pouch, a little notions pouch, a little bag for sock knitting, anything but for you, not for anybody else. These are specially chosen for you two special people, for you to use. So those are my acquisitions that I can actually show.
Those very mysterious acquisitions
that I can show.
I went a little bit crazy myself. Yeah, you're just like, Okay, where do we start on what Sophia has ended? Oh, there goes a needle. Alright, so I have like 10 pounds of yarn here. This is, as she sighs. Woo! This is all just like wool, acrylic, you know, just, inexpensive yarn. I'm just kind of in a, ornament making mood, so I got some eyes I got in there, and some needles, and just a bunch of festive yarn.
Because you joined a knit along, you joined the ornament.
The year-long swap. It's a year-long swap. It's the Little Lippy U.
Okay.
Yes. So, I got yarn.
In fact, it's funny because we're using her computer, and we both have separate Ravelry accounts. And she realized she got through this whole thing. She went on their website, on their Ravelry group, and she filled in the entire, joined it and filled in the entire questionnaire. And then she got to the end and realized that she had done it under me, not under herself. So she had to delete the whole thing and then go back in and
redo it
under herself, because I am not a little fiddly knitting thing at all person. I've tried, and it's not me. So sometimes you just got to go with it and say that's not something that I enjoy. And since I have someone related to me who does like to do that, who does it, so that's great. So she redid it.
I'm the little knitter. Yeah, I had to redo it though. That was hilarious because I was like,
oops.
Why is my Ravatar Hufflepuff? And then I was like, oh. Well, because it's my laptop, and so
I know she's the first.
Why would I have thought that it was on someone else's account? Well,
what can I say?
Foiled again.
All right. What else did you get?
Okay, so I also decided that I am bound and determined to learn to crochet because I want to. So, bought a kit.
It's very cute.
It's adorable. Okay, so this coming year is going to become the year of the sheep.
I did not know that. It's like there's sheep everywhere here. So actually, I suppose my hat was perfect.
Perfect, yes.
But there are little sheepy things everywhere here.
Yeah, because 2014 is the
15.
year. No, 2014 is the year of the horse.
Oh, okay.
And 2015 is the year of the sheep. It's the zodiac.
It's coming up, yeah.
So everywhere in Japan, there's all these little cute sheep products going on. And at the craft store, they have the craft stores here are really big on kits, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And so I saw this one for a little sheepy sheep for the New Year's. And what's really funny about this one is the shape of this sheep. You can see it has a little orange on its head, and you might be like, that's a little weird. There's a reason. So this sheepy sheep here is in the shape of a rice cake, a New Year's rice cake. And they have it like in a tier with an orange on top. And so it was a clever spin on the little sheepy sheep. So I got this, and it's advertising here. It comes with a little stand so that you can have it in a cute little New Year's sheepy sheep stand.
A little tableau, yes.
Yeah, whatever. So I got this as incentive for me to learn how to actually crochet.
However, it is fingering weight yarn, and it calls for a really tiny crochet hook. And we didn't really realize this. I wasn't really paying attention to it when she was shopping for this. So she came here home and tried to start this, and she's never crocheted before. And it's got great directions. They're all in Japanese, but the pictures, it really it's all charted. It's all pictures and how to do things, and it's pretty simple if you know what it is that you're doing, but she doesn't yet. So that was a problem because she couldn't really quite catch on because the stitches were so tiny. Well, it'll be really cute when you figure it out.
You start off with a chain and you attach it to a circle, and then you build off from there. But because I don't really know anything about crochet, I can't read the stitches the way I can with knitting. So I didn't really know what I was looking at, and then it's so tiny that you can't see it anyways, and it's in white fabric, and I just, so, yeah, I'm not ready to do this. But when I know how to crochet.
Luckily, it's the year of the sheep, so you have all year to do it.
Maybe it'll be ready by next New Year's Eve, and then it'll be like, look, the year the sheep is ending. Oh.
But because of that, we went back yesterday
because we
to
need
the
an
ABC
excuse to
store.
go back to a craft store.
Yeah, we went back to the craft store yesterday on
Where
our way
did my
home.
yarn go?
It's right behind you.
What?
This?
Oh. I'm not smart.
No. So, but we got a larger crochet hook and then some worsted weight yarn so she can practice and do some granny squares and figure out.
I was trying to do granny squares the other night. I think I am dumb.
No, it's because you're trying on the too small hook.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I haven't started on
fingering weight. Yeah, this will be a lot easier when we sit
I am
down. Maybe
going to
we'll sit
crochet.
down and learn how to crochet before the New Year.
I want to because I so want to learn to crochet. Because crocheted animals are the most precious things I've ever seen in my life.
But most of the amigurumi are all crocheted.
They're all crocheted. Yes, they are, and it is so precious. And I was looking on Ravelry the other day on all of the crochet stuffy patterns, and oh my goodness, they're precious. And I'm obsessed with stuffies. Excuse me as I itch these out of my nose. And they're precious, and I want to make them. So this is one of my major goals for 2015, is to begin the process of learning how to do this magical thing called crochet. I'm gonna do this. I'm so excited.
You can. That'll be
piece of cake. So I want to. They're
piece
so
of cake.
cute.
Piece of cake. You can knit. You can crochet.
Okay, because they're
Piece of
adorable. Oh, another acquisition that's not yarny. It's just gonna show how nerdy I am at age 21. Found it.
For Christmas.
Yes,
Christmas.
This. Okay, story time. When I was at the ripe age of 5, my next door neighbor had a Game Boy Color and Pokemon, and I was like, oh. And I'm an only child, and handheld video games.
Yes.
You know you want more of me.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Handheld video games were a great way to entertain moi. And so I got a Game Boy Color, and I think I had Pokemon Red. Downhill slip from there. Every time a new Pokemon game would come out, I'd get it and play it. And as I got older, Pokemon never stopped came out with more Pokemon, so I always got it and continued playing it. I am shamelessly proud to say that I have played every version of Pokemon for the handheld devices. And the newest one just came out in November, and it's a reboot of my favorite version of Pokemon. So what did I want as a gift? Oh yes, Pokemon Omega Ruby. Yeah, this game is glorious. I am shameless to admit it. Seriously, I love Pokemon. I am 21 years old. I've decided that I'm going to be that mom someday that's in the car parking lot for school, and I'll be playing my Game Boy waiting for my kids to get out of school. They'll be like, Mom, stop playing your video games. And I'll be like, no, you play your video games. Stop doing your homework. Gosh. That's how it's going to be.
Well, it's easy to shop for you because I know what you want.
That's all I want. So I've been playing that too. Oh, Philip!
Again.
Philip on Seabold! It's okay, my friend. Still breathing.
Where's Mrs. Bakery Bear?
Where is Mrs. Bakery Bear? She's just...
Oh, there she is.
Sit on Philip. Hello. She's been coming out and about with us.
Yes, she's been coming out and about quite a bit.
Speaking of out and about, shall we talk about what we've been doing? All right. Well, let's start with Nara, shall we?
Nara.
She laughs.
Yes, Nara. It was it was a beautiful day. The weather, couldn't have asked for better weather. It's been, today, it's probably 50 degrees. It's sunny out again this afternoon. It's just really fabulous. But Nara was a lot of fun. It's a whole park with some shrines, and this is the place where all the deer are wandering freely around.
Hundreds of deer
are wandering freely around. So Sophia had a time of her life when she got to feed.
I got to feed
the deer.
They were all chewing on me, like trying to eat them. It was hilarious. I loved it. Feeding deer. Oh my gosh, they're so precious though. They're like, and they're totally used to humans because they live in a park that's, you know, an attraction for humans, and there's vendors selling deer food all over. And they come right up to you. Just come right up to you, and then people were getting chased because they'll follow you if you're if you're out of food, and you do have to be aware they are wild animals.
Yeah,
and you know what they're after is food, and that's, you know, and so you do have to. There's warning signs everywhere of the ways to behave around the deer, what to do and what not to do, because you have to be respectful of the fact that these are wild animals. But I didn't have any problems with them. They were so sweet.
They were very cute. Yeah,
yeah.
They were very.
Because they're just looking for food. They're just coming up, just feeding them. But they were precious, and we walked all over. We saw there was a photo shoot going on for. I don't think it wasn't a real wedding.
No.
It was probably an advertisement for something because they were like calling the deer over, and like they were like obviously with food. They weren't just like, deer, get over here. And yeah, it was
tons of people, but it was really nice because there were tons of people there, but it didn't feel crowded.
Right. No, it's a huge park.
Huge park, and there are a couple different parts of it. Then we went on this really pretty walk up to a different shrine area that was really very, very, very nice, and the deer were just kind of interspersed in the trees, and it was really it was quite lovely. It was really just a lovely place to go
and feed deer.
Yeah, you just, I mean, you know, as I've never been that close to deer. I mean, you see them on the side of the road mostly, unfortunately, but this was really kind of a cool thing, cool thing to do.
Yep. So unusual because they're just totally relaxed and used to the fact that people are there, because hundreds and hundreds of people go every day to Nara to go to Nara Park and visit the deer. They're like just totally like they'll be walking right next to you. They'll come up to people. If someone's sitting on a bench, they'll just walk up, start sniffing you, seeing if you have food. There was a couple ladies that were walking in front of us at one point, and the deer just started following them. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
They were walking, and the deer was just like, I'm gonna follow you. It's just trotting along behind, you know. They're just deer chilling.
Yeah. So you'll try to insert. Are you going to insert pictures?
Yes.
Yes. We took some videos and some pictures. They're all on our Instagram feeds too. I'm sure.
We have
people
an
are like,
Instagram
these ladies are spamming me again with all the Japan pictures, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yes. So I will put some video and pictures in right now. Todaiji? Yeah. Should totally go say hi to that deer. Hi. Hello. Oh, thank you. That's my new best friend right there. Bye, dear. So that was Nara. What next?
I hope that worked.
It did. Otherwise, we look like idiots. I mean, we look like idiots anyways.
I know. The magic of computers.
I know. Okay.
Where else did we go?
We went into Osaka.
We did go into Osaka, which was really kind of. I actually like Osaka. It's really manageable.
Yeah, I love Osaka. Osaka's really fun.
Like I said, we're on the outskirts of Osaka here, just a different location than Sophia's school. Her school is also on the outskirts of Osaka, but like two different other side of it. So we're in two different locations. So again, you know, hop down the street and get onto the train and go right into wherever you wanted to go.
Later today?
Yep, we're gonna go.
We're going to the Pokemon Center. I'm a big girl. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, what did we do in Osaka?
I don't remember what we did. I just remember what we ate.
We ate.
What was that the only reason we went? That might have been the reason we went.
Maybe it was that day. I think it was that day because that was the one we couldn't figure out. This is the other problem sometimes. Sophia, I think she's mentioned before, she has an issue with right and left. So she doesn't quite, if you say right or left to her, she doesn't quite understand. Always get
I have to think about it.
Get it right. So she has to think about it now, and it's incredible because there are all these unbelievable apps on the phones nowadays. So she has
I remember what we were doing. We were going to a cat cafe.
Oh, the cat cafe. That's right.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. I totally forgot
wow, that
about
was random. Anyways, continue.
Oh, well, anyway. So yeah. So there's these great apps on the phone, and it actually will tell you. It tells you if you want to go. You put in the address of where you want to go, and it will tell you come out the east side of the train station, and it will be right in front of you. Well, we wanted to go to a restaurant. I think we mentioned it before. We mentioned it the first time. The Anthony Bourdain recorded at. And it was a restaurant that specializes in
takoyaki, which is
octopus
in savory pastry balls.
Pastry balls.
They're not pastry. That's like the wrong word for it. They're
it's with some kind of dough.
It's like dough. It's just dough.
Pancake batter. It's like batter.
But it's not sweet. It's
not
savory.
Sweet. No, savory. So anyway,
it's
we really wanted to go there. So we went. And we went out that side, and the building that it's in is round, so it should be really simple to find.
Yes.
Wasn't there, and poor Sophia's trying to be all like, I know where I'm going, Mom. No, we'll go over here. And so we walked around and around and around and over and up and over the bridge and around, and we still couldn't figure it out. And we're like, it should be here. And then all of a sudden we came back around the corner to the exact same exit that we had come out of, but because we were in a little bit of a different perspective, we could see the round building now. So it was right there, but it was behind another building.
It was right there.
So we didn't know that. So it was right there. So
spent
literally we spent half an hour wandering
around
around the train station, outside the train station, trying to find it. But we did. We did find it. And it was really a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, it was really fun.
So delicious.
It was so funny to watch that show and then to actually go to a restaurant where he's filmed at, and it's this tiny little place. It's not like it's a big thing or anything. It's one of those you'd never find it as a tourist in Osaka. You'd never, because it's in the bottom of a hotel, and you'd look at it and go, oh, I don't know about going in there, but you know what it is? It's unbelievably awesome, and it's so funny because it has a big, and he made fun of this too, but it has a big mother octopus in the window, and she's like cooking her baby octopuses. It's so strange, but again, we'll put some. I took pictures of that.
Okay, excellent. Yeah,
I took pictures of that. But if we can, we'll put we'll in the Ravelry group we'll put a link or a notation or write what episode it was, because you can actually go back and it's on YouTube. You can watch the Anthony Bourdain episode that he goes to this restaurant in Osaka, and it's really funny, and it was just really fun to go there again. Yes. But yeah, the reason we went to Osaka was to go to the cat cafe, which again was something very, very foreign to me as a foreigner here in Japan. But I have a cat at home, so, and we have a cat here, of course, but
we have a real cat back home.
And cats are a dime a dozen. I mean, everybody either has a cat or a dog at home. It's just not a big deal. It's just not something that you think about. But obviously for Japan, they're in these tiny little apartments like this. Yeah. It would be really hard in this apartment. You could literally have 6 people living here. You wouldn't be able to have a dog, or
a lot of places don't even allow pets.
Yeah, at all. I would imagine. So this is a really great option for people. You go and you just go. And again, this is this little tiny cafe. And again, we had some adventures finding it eventually, but we did find it. You go upstairs and you have to wash your hands, and they actually give you like a cup of coffee to have, and you have a whole hour, and you sit and you just play with the cats, or you pet the cats. The cats are running around. And it was really interesting because they had all different types of cats. It wasn't just like kind of stray cats. They were just like, there were
ragdolls. There were American short hairs.
Yep.
There was a munchkin. That was adorable.
Yep. There was like an Abyssinian cat. There was that really
it was lean
Egyptian cat. Yeah, it was really gorgeous. Really cool. They're just all different.
They were
all
really
different types. They weren't just like
Coon.
Yep, they weren't just like mutts kind of thing that just cats. But And the cats are really, really well cared for. Very, very well cared for.
Those the women that work there, they know the cats.
They know the cats.
And the cats know them. The cats, there was one cat that was just hanging on the counter with the attendant. One of the workers was walking around with one of the cats chilling on her shoulder, just snuggling. There was one cat that decided it wanted to sit in the middle of just the area, you know, where it could get stepped on. And so one of the workers just went over and she started brushing it, and it was just like, it was just luxuriating.
Cool. They limit the number of people that can come in at one time because it's
you
a
can't
really small
overload
space.
The cats.
Can't overload the cats, but they were just, you know, they were cat toys to play with, and so it was just an interesting experience.
Yeah, and they give you cat food. They give you
actually tuna fish.
It was tuna fish.
Tuna fish. Yeah.
So you can feed the cats.
Feed the cats, and they come right up to you. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
But they're such sweet cats too. They're not
very,
just
very
like
nice. Yeah.
Like they're clearly, it's really obvious how well they're taken care of. There's plenty of litter boxes to cover the number of cats that are there. It's completely
very clean.
It doesn't.
Yes.
There's no smell. It's
no.
a really clean space. There's lots. They have all of these shelves on the walls for the cats to climb up, and they have like scratching posts, like posts.
It's like it's
fabric
fabric on the wall for them
the
to
cats
scratch
on. You know, and like I thought what was really cool is too the cats started fighting, and like the attendants just like they knew how to deal with these two particular cats, and just like
got them apart.
Took care of it instantly, and you know the cats were just the sweetest things. It was so precious. There was a little boy with his mom there, and like the attendant was like going around like showing how to use the toys, and the little boy was just having a blast with these cats. But yeah, it was really sweet.
It was really interesting. That was a really fun.
That was really
fun experience. So that was a great day.
I loved cats.
Day.
It was so precious.
Yep.
Yeah, we got quite lost, but
we did. But we'll again insert some pictures.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. It's pretty.
Who's got a new friend?
Ooh, hair bump.
Who's got a new friend? Hello.
Yum.
Is that good? Is that good? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like you're my new friend.
those pictures of the cat cafe.
I hope I actually put them in.
I know.
This is awkward.
Put them in right. Yeah.
Okay, so we also had my favorite dish on the face of the planet. the other evening, and actually this woman right here found the restaurant.
Yep. We went to a big mall, huge mall.
Oh, it was awesome.
Huge, unbelievable, huge.
Huge.
It's one of those where you have a typical feeling of think about what Japan is going to be like with thousands and thousands of people, and you walk out of the train and into this mall area. A lot of the train stations are in attached to malls. But you just walk out and you can just look down and all you see is a sea of people. And there were so many people that at that point, and I'm really pretty independent, but at that point I was like, all right.
Yeah, she was like, hold on.
Because I don't want to get lost. If I got lost, that would
I'm
really
just like, no.
like, oh my gosh. And plus I'm like looking around too, so I'm really not paying attention. Although I guess I could find the red hair, but she's not that tall, so... But so I better hold on, or otherwise I'm just going to be distracted and stop somewhere, and I'll that'll be
I did lose her once, but
that
was
that's
going
okay.
to Cat Cafe.
Yeah. You found me again.
I did, thank goodness.
But yeah, there were just like hundreds of people there. So when we went to this mall, it was huge mall. Oh my gosh,
tons of
we were looking for the craft store, the first craft store, the first ABC, which was. It wasn't in the area it was supposed to be that she thought it was, and so we decided to go into this big mall, and it turns out that it was actually in the mall, not in this other building, so that really worked out well. But they had unbelievable amount of stores, clothing stores, like just crazy clothing stores for teenage girls, really just. It was crazy, but they had a whole floor of restaurants, and so I just saw one that had
okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki. I'm never going to say that right. And I was like, you want to try here? And she's like, oh yes. So again, it was as you'll see in the pictures, you'll never find this in the States. I mean, the closest you'll come to something like this would be a hibachi place but in a hibachi, the chef is doing everything, and it's and you really you can't really, it's in the middle, you're not really able to touch anything super hot. And here in Japan, for both of these things, you're at a table, and the grill is literally right in the middle, and it's super hot right in the middle. I just can't even imagine, the lawsuits that would go on in the U.S. With this kind of thing. You just never ever see this at all. So this is a pancake, right? Basically, kind of a...
the closest thing to describe it is a savory pancake. Again, like takoyaki, it's batter, so it's not like a pancake. It's not sweet. It's just the only way I can think of describing what it is. Basically,
it has cabbage.
Yes, the general ingredients are the batter, cabbage, and meat, and then
you can choose
choose other things. Yes, choose meat and choose other things. And they had a set list of flavored ones that they had, and then you could also choose to just put whatever you want in.
Yep. And I think I said this before, every menu you get has pictures of what it is.
Yes.
So you can actually just point if you don't speak Japanese, and they can figure out what it is that you want. But it was really good, and the chef, the kitchen was right behind us, so the chefs were actually making it. They didn't make it at your table, but they were making it right behind us, which was really cool to watch them do that. And then they bring it to the table, and they put it on this grill that's in the middle, so it stays warm.
Hot.
And then you cut it up yourself and put it onto your plate. They put mayonnaise on it,
mayonnaise
decoratively, and that's
okonomiyaki sauce,
which was really good. It was really quite delicious, and you think it was really filling. I mean, it was really
one is the perfect size for one person.
Yep, for one person, it was quite delicious.
Oh, it's my favorite.
And we'll
food
put
here.
some pictures of that in as well.
Yes, we will. Along with, we can just add that
to the other one.
Yes. So, yesterday we went to Kyoto, it was yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yes.
Okay.
That was a long trip.
We were beat after yesterday. Anyways, we spent a lot of time in Osaka, but I hadn't taken this one over here to Kyoto yet. So we went into Kyoto yesterday, and we went to a place called Kinkakuji Temple, which is the Golden Temple. It is a temple literally plated in gold. I think I heard yesterday that it actually burned down in the 50s, and they rebuilt it, so it's not the original, but they reconstructed it.
Do you have that?
Oh yes, I do. This is the Golden Temple. It's completely cut off from the rest of the world. It's basically in its own little area. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's
but
like an island. It's like a little island in the middle of it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's just...
There we go. Okay. This is it. Completely cut off from the rest of the world and just extraordinarily gorgeous to see up in person. And this is a huge tourist destination, so there were thousands and thousands of people from all over the world.
Yep. It's actually the first time I've really saw like Westerners there, because we were just in such a small place. We're the only Westerners really in this little town, I'm sure. But it was really the first time we actually saw.
Yeah, because it
realized how much we stick out. Yeah, when you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, look at that. Strange looking people.
Oh, yeah, so it's a major tourist destination. I think it was home to Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, which was one of, I believe he was a shogun. Don't hold me to it. And I don't want to say it's a park, but it's almost like it's like a park. You have to pay to get in, but it's like a whole. It's not like you just go up to the Golden Temple, go, oh look, it's the Golden Temple, and then walk away. No, it's a whole. There's this whole path,
walking path.
There's a whole walking path. There's all of these. It's just really gorgeous.
There's some other like temples in there as well.
Yeah, other little things.
It was beautiful. It was really very, very nice. It was really touristy. That's really the first thing we've been to. That's touristy. It was really touristy. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yes, Sarah, pomegranate. It was lovely. It really was lovely.
It was really gorgeous. But then after that, I wanted to escape the realm of touristiness. So we went to my favorite part of Kyoto, which is actually a shopping district. As a college student, that's kind of like, oh, I live near Kyoto. Good shopping.
But it's really cool because it's all covered.
Yes.
And it's all these little tiny shops on a street, but covered with the canopy on cover on the top. So that was really cool. And that's where we found two little Japanese shops that were really, really great. We got some things we can't show you on the podcast, but it was really fun. Those two little shops to go into were really super, super fun. There's a lot of just, t-shirt shops and, again, clothing shops for teenagers and things like that. A lot of stuff. But it was an experience. Yeah, there were tons of people there. But everybody was, very happy and, having a good time. And the two shops that we went into were really, really, really cool. One was more traditional Japanese shop with some fabrics and Japanese things. And then the second one we found was a little, also again a little shop, but as a little.
It was like a boutique of like traditional Japanese bags and things, but in a boutique kind of setting.
Yeah. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was really cute. And I had my mom experience Japanese crepes for the first time. I think her brain was a little overwhelmed. Japanese crepes, I mean, they're crepes. They're just crepes, but they're sold by street vendors, and they're wrapped up, and you eat it in your hands. And every place you get them, they're really different, and you never know what's going to happen. So the place we went to just lobs on whipped cream.
It was like a crepe full of whipped cream. I had whipped cream and
it's not always like that.
And bananas. It was really good, but it was just like a lot of whipped cream.
It's not always like that.
Yeah. But it was really fun. And then we had this silly little video of whatever. We're not sure the little seal or pink seal.
I don't know. But
you can see it on our Instagram. We might insert that. We'll try to put it in here. It was crazy.
It was in line.
Yeah, it was crazy. I took that especially for you, Knit Monkey. And for Bridie too. I thought she would really like that as well. It was really very silly.
But so we had crepes. What else? We just did.
That was it. Then we just did a lot of walk. We did a lot of walking. Well, it was long. We had to take 2 different trains and buses.
Kyoto,
I mean, it was kind of.
We're on there's Kyoto, Osaka, and then we're over here right now. This town I live in, normally here in Japan, is halfway in between Kyoto and Osaka. But the town we're in right now is on the other side of Osaka, so it took us an hour and a half to even get to Kyoto. So we were pretty beat.
We were beat by the time.
We were beat by the end. It was. It was great, but we got back here and we were like,
oh, I gotta go to sleep.
Yes,
to go to sleep, and then and then today's New Year's Eve, as we said. Today's New Year's Eve, and we are going to go to Osaka and go to the Pokemon Center. We're going to go to the Pokemon Center, and then we're going to get some pork buns.
Pork buns!
Pork buns to bring home. We thought, because it's New Year's Eve, I figured probably restaurants kind of be a little crazy. We're not quite sure, what to expect this evening.
Not even sure if Pork buns are open.
Yeah, but I think it probably will be. It should be. It should be open. So we're just going to kind of get a dinner and bring it back here and have it here, and then we'll figure out something else to do tomorrow.
Probably do some knitting this evening.
Probably do some knitting this evening.
All I do. Crocheting. No, we're
crocheting.
Going to
show you how to crochet.
We are going to
show you how to crochet. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, all right. So those have been our adventures. If you follow us on Instagram, you've been spammed by the pictures.
We literally stand around on Instagram all day. We're like 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, we are. But it's been so much fun. It's so interesting. So I love to put them. I just love to put them up. And Mrs. Bakery Bear has been having a great time coming along with us on her adventures as well. So that's really been fun. I'm not quite sure what other people are thinking of us as we're taking those pictures of her, but
which we are. If you're thinking we're crazy, we are crazy.
It's perfectly okay. Okay. All right. So on to.
So we thought it would be really fun to try and do a knit along. I've never done one on the podcast before, so we thought maybe, hey, why not? So what we were thinking was we were going to do a Treat Yourself knit along. So basically, now that the holidays are over and all of the gift knitting is done and out of the way, that'd be fun to have a knit along, to make yourself something.
Or crochet along.
Or crochet. A craft along.
A craft along. Or sew along. Yes, anything you want to do.
Anything you want. Make yourself something.
Make yourself something, though. Not for anybody else. Just make yourself something. Just for you.
And it can be started. It could have already been started. I don't care. You could have started a sweater 10 years ago, and you've just got it sitting there with 5 rows to go, like me with my gloves. It just has to be finished during the month of January. Knit it with anything, any amount of any kind of fabric or knitting supplies or anything you want. It can be started anytime. Just finished in the month of January. And all we ask is that you be a member of the Ravelry group. And I will put up a chatter thread.
It's called Ichigo Abroad?
The Ichigo Abroad Podcast. Ravelry group.
Ravelry group, yes.
So all we ask is that you be a member of the group. I'll put up a chatter thread if anyone would like to share. I thought it'd be fun to share how you like to treat yourself. Do you like to have a cup of coffee?
That's a good idea.
Do you like to go out to a bakery? And what you're knitting on that's something special for you. And then I'll put up an FO thread and just one post per entry. You
can enter as many times as you want, as many projects as you want.
As many things as you finish for yourself. It just has to be finished in January. Again, started whenever you want. And then when January is over, I will close the finished objects thread and I will use the random number generator to choose a winner. So while we were out in Kyoto yesterday, we purchased something for a prize. And that is a cute little Notion pouch-ish thingy. Here it is. So this is from a little boutique in Kyoto. It has 2 pockets. It has one here. So right in the front behind the kitty cat. Nice little pocket there. And now up here it opens all the way up. And you got all that space inside. It opens. There we go. And as you might be hearing, has a little jingly bell zipper pull. There's a cute little tag. So this will be the prize, and I'm going to send it home with this woman right here to ship to the winner. So if you would like the chance to win a cat bag from Kyoto, I'll put that thread up and share what you're doing with us. Is that it?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Or were we going to do a hashtag on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. You wrote it down, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun, or she thought of it, it's her idea. She's smarter than me. If when you're knitting whatever you're knitting for yourself, or you're out doing something that you love to do for yourself, put the hashtag Ichigo Abroad Treat Yourself. And I'll put that up in the thread as well. So, yeah, I thought that'd be fun. When this little guy, it's poofy. See?
Yeah, it is.
It's a poofy kitty.
It's poofy.
And jingly. So I thought that'd be fun.
Sounds great.
So that's it for this podcast. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we're going to go to the Pokemon Center.
We're going to the Pokemon Center, so we'll probably podcast maybe one more time this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend
before I
before.
go home.
Before she leaves me. Then you'll be stuck with me until the summer. And then we'll have her, Philip, and the real cat. Who's just Cat. She doesn't have a real name.
No, she
she's
does
Cat.
have a name, but we just call her Cat.
We just call her Cat. We just gave her a name for the vet. She's Cat.
She's just Cat.
All right.
Okay.
Have a wonderful week.
Have a
Happy
great
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.